Over 20,000 young people across Uganda are expected to benefit from programs under the One Young World Uganda chapter by the end of next year, according to the forum chairperson Daniel Ayebare. The revelation was made during the official launch of the One Young World Uganda chapter at Kampala Serena Hotel, an event that attracted youth from across the country to connect, network, gain empowerment skills, and contribute to national growth and development.
Hello, my name is Daniel Ayebare, and I'm the chairperson of the One Young World Uganda community of ambassadors. The One Young World platform is a platform of like-minded young men and women across the globe that meet together every year in one country and in one city to discuss pressing issues in their communities. These are some of the brightest minds that about 196 countries send to one city to empower them, to mentor them, and equip them with the knowledge and sometimes extra support in terms of technical expertise and risk and finances to be able to go back to their countries and communities and make a difference. Over the last 10 plus years, Uganda has managed to send over 100 young men and women to the One Young World Forum and platforms. And today we decided to come together and form a chapter here in Uganda. The chapter is aimed at supporting each other, collaborating with each other, but also creating a platform where we can attract resources, mentorships, and expertise to be able to be more effective in what we are doing. But we also want to be able to deliver a robust M&E and see how our work actually is impacting our nation, both jointly and individually. As you might know, some of these measurement of impact assessments and measurements can be complicated, but we shall be training each other and training the young people to be able to do that. So this is supposed to be a platform that brings an ecosystem together. We need counselors on board, we need mentors on board, and what we are doing here at the One Young World Chapter Uganda is to mentor the young men and women that have graduated, that are in school, to be able to use that knowledge to be able to impact. So we have young people in the area of academia, in the area of science and technology, in the area of industrial agriculture, in the area of climate change, in the area of education, in the area of substance abuse. But these guys are already in the working space, either as their own entrepreneurs or even attached to institutions that are in those spaces. So we are looking at that breed of the educated young men and women that are in the sector that have seen a bit of exposure. That's why our theme today was we are thinking globally but impacting and acting locally. So a lot of programs have been targeting youth at the bottom of the pyramid, and yet we know that there are so many youth that are trying. If you look at the gig economy, if you look at the number of youth who are trying businesses and failing, mostly these are those that have seen some light in terms of education, that have seen some exposure, and we want to concentrate on that category of young people to create a platform for them to be able to come up with some, develop their work in their innovation spaces that can impact our country on a general. So we have launched it today, and we hope to have at least 20,000 young people by the end of next year and have visible impact, especially within our country and our communities in all the different disciplines that I've mentioned. My advice to young people is this: whatever you're looking for, if it is of value, whether it is money, whether it is exposure, whether it is impact, it is found in one thing: your ability to create value. And so money follows value. Impact follows value. Power follows value. So the question is, how do you create value out of yourself? Number one, find a purpose that impacts someone bigger or more than you are. Find a purpose beyond yourself. Don't be there and just thinking about how can I be rich? How can I have a big house? How can I... Go beyond yourself and ask yourself, what can I do to add to community? What can I do to add to the challenges that we have as a country? And especially those young people that have had an opportunity to go to school, you have already been equipped with enough knowledge and exposure to be the change that you want to be in your communities. So when you have an opportunity to join a platform like One Young World, we are here in Uganda, but we are connected with young people in over 196 countries. I am able to do work with someone in China. I don't have to meet them physically. I am here to do work with someone in India. I am able to do work with someone in Nigeria. I am able to collaborate with anyone across the globe. As my mentor says, Professor Muhammad Yunus, he says, we live in the most powerful generation ever. Why? Because of the power of technology. So joining a group of young, like-minded people like in the space within which you are gives you an advantage of growing technically, of growing in terms of professionally, but also getting ideas that you would otherwise have found it difficult to find on your own. So we encourage you, whether you're an entertainer, whether you're a TV, you're in the space of media, whether you're a lawyer. Today we had amazing. Our chief guest was a chief judge. Was just a judge. The other one was a presidential advisor. But we are all speaking the same language of impact and value for us. And this is especially for the young people that have that have had an opportunity to go through school. Be part of a community that challenges you and that empowers you to dream and push beyond your comfort zone. Once you create value within yourself, everything that you're dreaming about will follow you. That's why the Bible says that do not chase money. Just be of value and money will chase you.